Hello, this is Prince of Somnia, and welcome back to more Let's Play Dragon Quest VI. Last time, we helped Prince Howie of How Castle finally get around to doing his purification right, so that now he can follow in his father's footsteps and become the king of How Castle. But more importantly, we got the magic key, which lets us go into the shrine over here. Now make sure everyone in your party is healed up before you walk up to the shrine, because there's a scarewell that you have to fight in this well. So now the scarewell is a little powerful, but we can easily deal with it just by spamming Knuckle Sandwich after Focus Strength. It's susceptible to leg sweep, so we can try and sweep the leg here and deal with him that way. Otherwise, he's pretty powerful, so you want to make sure you can heal yourself with Against Staff, or otherwise just buff yourself. He can also re-hit you. Apparently most of us shook that off. Yeah, okay, well, he dodged that one, but there is a chance to deal with him that way. Yeah, he's got Muster Strength, which is the real terrifying part, but he's just lost his next turn, so that's good. Let's see. Let's have you Focus Strength. You just go for a regular Knuckle Sandwich, and we'll keep Ka-buffing. And we'll keep Ka-buffing since he lost this turn. There we go. And yeah, leg sweep is what we want to do next. And then you can start defending, and you can also start defending because we'll just have Carver deal all the damage for this one. There we go. Easy enough. Surprised we got a level out of that. Now we're level 26. Now we can't even drop grind in Murdaw's Keep anymore. Imagine that. Murdaw's Keep is too weak for us to train anymore. Ha ha ha. And that well takes us all the way back here to the Dream World once more. Seems to be some sort of weird tower to the north here, but there's nothing we can really do about that. There's also a hole in the world to the west over there too, but again, there's nothing we can do about it. Now, unfortunately, our floating island only really covers the inner sea of the Dream World, so that's where, like, Iridia or the Underkeep, Somnia, that place, that's where that covers. That inland sea, anyway. This other inland sea we can't really get to by boat, which is why we have to walk all the way over here and head over to this village over here, just to do some exploring, I guess. It's kind of a natural, like, evolution of where you would go in order to keep exploring. It's just, the game never really tells you a whole lot of where to go. It just kind of, like, leads you on sometimes, I guess you could say. Okay, probably don't need this boom, but I'll go for it anyway, since we're almost at town. Yeah, these guys are gonna die. And over here is the town of Clearvale. Eye the sky for the bed that flies. That's an interesting slogan to have. Let's take a look around and grab the treasure that's available here in Clearvale. Inside this house is Mini Medal number 24. Awesome. Oh, it's a lost boy, huh? Aw, that's cute. Oh, there's a boy riding on a flying bed around here. I mean, with all we've seen, with a floating island and the king who turned into Murdaugh and all that stuff, really the Dream World has kind of lost its weirdness, hasn't it? Alright then. Well, this is the Dream World after all, so I guess it really is a dream. If you walk up to the counter, the guy over at the weapons shop who's snoozing on us will wake up. Sledgehammer is a weapon that's been outdated for a very long time, actually, so, let's pick up a Dream Blade. It's an interesting weapon. Carver actually can't use it, but when you hit with it, it has a chance of putting an enemy to sleep, which is really useful. Give it to either Rex or Amos. I'm going to give it to Rex. Yeah, just reorganize my items, dump everything. It's pretty powerful, too. Stronger than what we've got in terms of the battle axe here, which will probably just hand me down to Amos, so. And there's a spiked whip for Ashlyn, but again, why bother? It's Ashlyn. There's literally no point. Yeah, so let's hand down the battle axe. There we go. Let's see, what do you got at the armor shop? The bank is just right over here, so we can just buy whatever I need. Let's see. Ooh, okay, the Silver Mail is a really interesting piece of equipment. It reduces damage caused by magic, like spells and whatnot. It's kind of a weaker version of the Platinum Mail that the boys have in just about every way, but Amos doesn't actually have Platinum Mail. Okay, I get in theory that I could go back to Port Haven and get Amos that broken equipment, but I find that to be excessive. And we don't necessarily need that in order to survive. We can also buy more magic shields. You're better off keeping the Iron Shield on Amos for breath weapons against him, but buying him a Silver Mail would be really, really useful. Otherwise, just buy 2 Silver Mails and give them each to your main tanks. I forget how much it costs. I'll withdraw like 7,000 or so. Let's see. Okay, I wasn't too far off on price. So let's hand that down to Amos. Unfortunately, none of the mages can actually make use of it. So that's too bad. Oh yeah, and Gawain, he starts with nothing. So if you want to equip him, you'll have to buy or hand him down everything, which sucks. But that's just how it goes. Okay, I don't think there's anything for us to collect upstairs, so let's see, there's holy water for us in the church, and there's also a save point, which is more important. Yeah, there's got to be some sort of evil if the world is at peace. To explain, this is kind of a trope of Dragon Quest, where once you kill the final boss, the world is completely devoid of harmful monsters. Literally everything is completely at peace. So, which is kind of a weird thought, but at the very least you won't be attacked by monsters anymore. But we killed Murdaugh, and there are still monsters everywhere, so clearly there is something horrible happening somewhere around here. Okay. Couple more treasures left to collect, and then we'll be good to move on with the storyline here. We could rest up at the inn if I wanted to. Well, actually, the inn is where the last item we're looking for is. The last 2 items. This has rags, but, you know, they're rags. They were already outclassed at the beginning of the game when we had the worst equipment we had. And there's the dancer's costume. If for some reason you don't already have enough of those, there's even more here. Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't know why, but I feel like their relationship is so much less wholesome than what he was describing. Yeah, I don't need to heal. I'll get the chance later. So, let's go investigate this flying bed thing, shall we? Oh, there hasn't been a bed setting in a while. Ah, so the second floor balcony of the house up here has been the one with the flying bed. The boy in this grave was more than my master. He was my best friend. Mind speaking a prayer for him? Maybe it'll fetch him some happiness in the afterlife. Aww. But unfortunately, the door is locked, and none of the keys in the party's possession can open it. Nuts. And so much for the magic key being magical. But anyway, so yeah, there's actually nothing we can do here in the Dream World version of Clearvale. But you'll notice there, I said there's nothing we can do in the Dream World. What if we head on over this way? And fight some Aristobats. Okay. More palette swaps, of course. Maybe I should give Navon the Staff of Lightning since Millie has this ability now. Ow. Oh no, they dodged my roundhouse kick. And they dazzled me. Oh, that's really bad. I could try for a double up, but there's no guarantee it'll actually work. Okay, there we go. If we head on over this way, there's yet another set of staircases leading down into the real world. I really can't explain how that's supposed to work. Yeah, it drops you into the middle of a poison swamp, but yeah, consulting a map is nice. We are, I think, just south of Howe Castle, actually. But you couldn't get there because there were mountains in the way. So we kind of had to do a quick detour around the mountains by going through completely different worlds. But don't let that trip you up. Let's see, Flythons, they can poison you with some of their attacks, so you want to get rid of them really quickly. Pretty Flythons, huh? Let's blow them up. Awesome. Wow, we're getting levels all over the place recently. Well, okay. Oh, Gawain. Oh god, he's a level 1? That's hideously low. If we head on over here, this is Clearvale. In the real world this time. So yeah, the town is basically arranged in the same way, but just like with the real-world Dream World counterparts of Amore, Clearvale has different items in different locations in the real world and in the Dream World. So let's see, in the real world Clearvale, funnily enough, if we head on over to this drawer over here, there's another mini-medal for us. This is 25, I believe. So, yeah, there's a mini-medal in the same place, in two worlds. Ah, you're trying to reach us the Dream World. Aww. They don't have a kid in this one, or they're not having a kid stay with them in this world. Wow, Carver. Damn. And that's the old man who had a young girl as his girlfriend for some reason or another down there. Or up there, rather. They sell the same thing here that they sold in the real world. I think even at the armor shop they sell the same things. Yup, same thing. Wait, no, that looked different. I don't remember there being iron masks for sale here. I could buy one for Carver, but we've been doing well enough without it, which is surprising given how suboptimal that is. But also, I don't feel like talking to the lady at the bank right this moment. Excuse me? I'll just collect the 50 gold. Oh. Matt must be the kid with the flying bed, huh? If we head in here, let's talk to these two. Pastor, pray tell us, our son Matthew, do you think he was happy? Now, this is supposed to be... Oh, I'll keep going. From the moment he was born, he was bedridden with illness, and before he could arise, he was taken by the goddess. He was only 10 years old. I have a hard time believing he ever knew happiness. Come on now, love. We shouldn't dwell upon such things. That's what the pastor said, isn't it? Even Matt's death at such a young age is all part of the goddess's plan, part of his fate. Only Matt himself can say whether that fate was a happy one or not. But, ahem, if I may, there's no doubt that young Matthew's passing was a tragedy of the highest order. However, looking at the two of you, there is one thing I can be sure of. Any child who received that much love from his parents couldn't possibly have been unhappy. I have no doubt that Matthew felt your love for him, and that it brought him great happiness. Pastor. Thank you, Pastor. Thank you so much. Well, let's head home, love. We need to put fresh flowers on Matt's grave. Yes, of course, darling. Thank you, Pastor, if you'll excuse us. I hope to see you again soon. I shall pray for the goddess to bless you both. The death of a sickly child is always a major tragedy. However, it's a little hard to let that all, kind of affect you when the pastor is named Pastor Bedtime and the kid is named Matt Tress. Go home, Dragon Quest. You're drunk. Anyway, the house is not locked in this particular version of the game, so my son Matthew, he always looked forward to Tom Foolery's visits to town. Tom was so fond of him as well. They were really rather chummy. Tom promised little Matt that the next time he'd visit, he'd give him a badge of courage. He said that if he were to ever wear the badge, made from a shard of the Crag of Courage, his illness would soon clear up. But that was the last we saw of Tom Foolery. He never visited again, and eventually, Matthew passed away. He was so excited about Tom's visit and the badge. If only we could make the badge and put it on his grave. Oh, Matthew. Yeah, that is interesting. And that is also what we're going to be doing. So, in order to get to the Crag of Courage, let's take a look at the map real quick. You see that mountain over there? That's where we're headed. That's the Crag of Courage. It's kind of interesting how many towns are out here just on their own, kind of. Outside of any kingdom. Oh boy. Okay. These are a lot of new enemies. The Muddy Hands, I believe they can cast Whack on you. I'm not sure. Either that or they just call for help for a lot of other Muddy Hands. The Metal Slime Knights, despite the fact that they are Metal Slime Knights, aren't actually Metal Slime enemies, so you don't need to worry about them too much. Other than the fact that they have high defense. Okay, so in order to get rid of these guys, we're just going to need to do a lot of AoE damage. Ow. Yeah, they call for help a lot, which can make them very good for experience grinding. Not job grinding, because they tend to take a lot of hits really well, which doesn't make for very good job grinding at all, because you want enemies that you can kill quickly, not enemies that take forever to get through a single fight with. But yeah, there is that. Mid-heal. No, what am I doing? I have a staff for that. There's an app for that. Unfortunately, the Slime Knight hits like a truck, so yeah. But we could get rid of the Muddy Hands easily. You can see there that they give a lot of experience points for a single fight, just because of how many of them got called. But they're not likely to hurt you really bad. They're just likely to swarm you with a whole bunch of them. Oh god. And we're gonna be here for a while. Here we go. This is the cliff. The Crag of Courage. And this dungeon is very, 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 very tall. Future me in editing, if you could give the viewers at home a nice little image of just how monumentally tall this cliff is. Yeah, like I said, monstrously tall. We're going to be navigating this in the next episode, but before I go, I wanted to take a look over here. Yeah. Destiny's Drop, huh? Somewhere on the mountain there's a tool known as the Golden Pickaxe. Be sure to seek this out forthwith. It will prove invaluable to you when the path ahead is blocked. Blessings, children. I am a traveling nun. Perhaps I can assist you. And she acts as a nun service with no save feature. So, that's nice if you really need nun servicing here. That didn't come out right. Okay, I thought the game was going to tell us who these people in the graves are, but apparently not. Apparently not. But anyway, next time on Let's Play Dragon Quest VI, we'll be exploring Destiny's Drop and trying to find a piece of the Crag of Courage in order to make a badge of courage for the poor deceased kid for some reason or another. See you guys then!